Loving kindness practice traditionally, as you say, phrases, goodwill wishes me. You start with yourself, which is supposed to be the easy person, and then you expand to a neutral person and a difficult person, and eventually all beings. But it's all about like, may you be well, may you be happy, more goodwill messages. Whereas the practice of compassion, at least, the way I think you've talked about it and the way I teach it is about you call up suffering, or you essentially have to call it up. It's right there in your face. And then you like embrace it in practice. So can you talk a little bit about the interplay? And of course, they feed into each other. They aren't separate, but how do you see them as distinct or
Well,
supportive?
traditionally they say that loving kindness, one of the bases of loving kindness is a belief or an experience that everybody wants to be happy. We all actually want to be happy, not in a frivolous sense, like
Yeah.
only experiencing pleasure, but deep sense of happiness, like belonging or having a sense of being at home somewhere in this life, like our bodies, our minds with one another on this planet, and that it is kind of ignorance or confusion. And sometimes it's just absorbing the distortions and the lies we've been told that
Right.
make us, act in a way that, it kind of extends suffering rather than brings us to greater happiness. And so, um, compassion, which is like the sister quality, almost has a more, I mean, they're very close, but I would say compassion almost has a more poignant flavor sometimes. It's just like a different flavor,
Mm-hmm.
is more based on seeing the universality of vulnerability. It's not like we all suffer in the same amount or the same
Yes.
degree, but we're all so vulnerable. Like life is so fragile.
Mm.
Like any one of us could have, shut down our phones in order to do this Zoom. And then we pick up our phone at the end and we turn on the messages and we have a different life than when we had when we put down the phone. Like life is like that. And
Yeah.
not all toward pain. Sometimes it's wondrous things that are appearing. And so, but it's so fragile, it's so changeable, it's so insecure. And when we recognize that in one another, then our hearts are moved toward this state of compassion. So they're similar, I think, loving kindness and compassion, but they're also a little different. I think it was Barbara Fredrickson who said compassion is like love that's looking at suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there was some monk apparently said when the sunshine of loving kindness meets the tears of suffering, the rainbow of compassion appears.